Mr. Krabs has almost no family left, and for a character who's existed for decades, that should feel unsettling.
Hooray! My little girl is finally a star.
Give me a KRU!
When you trace his family tree across generations, it doesn't grow or branch outward. It narrows, it thins, it nearly disappears. Which raises a question the show never asks. Why is someone obsessed with money and survival completely alone? Because Mr. Krabs isn't greedy. He's afraid. And that fear began millions of years ago.
Money, I got money, I got. Ah!
The earliest known members of the Krabs family are prehistoric. Small, primitive creatures, but already unmistakably crabs. The same eyes, the same claws, the same rigid posture. Even at the very beginning, the identity is fully formed, and more importantly, so is the behavior. The first trait passed down through the Krabs bloodline is not strength, intelligence, or leadership. It is fixation. One word appears before anything else: money. Long before kingdoms, pirates, or businesses exist, the Krabs family is already focused on accumulation. Not comfort, not cooperation, not survival through community, survival through possession. That distinction matters because it reframes everything that comes after. This is not greed learned from capitalism or reinforced by society. This behavior predates both. It is instinctual, embedded at a biological level, not a cultural one. From the very beginning, the Krabs family does not evolve toward shared survival. They evolve toward hoarding. And in nature, hoarding is not a sign of excess. It is a response to constant extinction pressure. Fast forward millions of years, and the Krabs family reaches what should be its turning point. They gain power. King Krabs rules a kingdom. He has wealth, authority, and absolute control. By every historical standard, this should be the moment where fear disappears. Where the family stabilizes, expands, and secures its future through numbers. Power is supposed to protect bloodlines, but that protection never comes. Despite ruling an entire kingdom, King Krabs has only one known child, Princess Pearl. That detail is deeply unsettling. Royal families throughout history do not gamble their survival on a single heir. They overproduce successors to prevent extinction. The Krabs family does the opposite. Even at the height of its power, the bloodline remains dangerously thin. And Pearl introduces an even darker irony.
My friends will be here in 20 minutes for my slumber party, and you're laying around! Then you're tiny no longer whiteys!
She is not a crab at all. She is a whale, genetically incompatible. She represents emotional continuation without biological survival. Love without legacy. Which means that even at their strongest moment, the Krabs family fails to secure a future. Power delays collapse, but it never fixes the underlying problem. They rule, but they do not endure. Then comes William Krabs, and with him, something almost unheard of in the family: poverty. William is one of the only known Krabs ancestors shown to be completely broke. No kingdom, no inheritance, no safety net of wealth to fall back on. And the moment that buffer disappears, everything collapses. His business fails almost immediately. Stability vanishes. The family's survival instincts, so effective for generations, suddenly stop working. Without money to absorb risk, there is no margin for error. The system breaks. Only when wealth is artificially restored does order return. The family doesn't adapt. It doesn't evolve. It simply resumes functioning once money is back in place. This moment quietly establishes a rule that governs the entire Krabs lineage. Without money, the family cannot survive. Not emotionally, not structurally, not across generations. Money is not greed in this family. It is scaffolding. Remove it, and everything caves in. As the timeline moves forward, a disturbing pattern becomes impossible to ignore. The Krabs family does not have young generations. It has elders, great-great-grandparents, great-grandparents, grandparents.
Ahoy there, Jiggins! Time for you to be hoisting your sails and moving on, son!
Wheelchairs, frailty, fading memory, and decay, but almost no descendants to replace them. This is not a family tree that grows outward. It is a narrowing tunnel. Each generation is thinner than the last. Fewer branches, fewer names, fewer faces. The family does not expand, it contracts. Relatives are referenced briefly, then disappear. They are mentioned in passing and never seen again, existing more as relics than living people. Their absence feels intentional, not accidental. A family on the edge of extinction does not collapse in chaos. It does not end with noise or spectacle. It fades quietly, leaving behind gaps where people should be. Redbeard Krabs represents the final moment when the family tries something different. Adventure, risk, expansion. He is a pirate, defined by movement instead of hoarding, by taking instead of storing. But even here, the bloodline barely survives. There is no crew of descendants, no growing lineage, no dynasty, just one child.
You know how proud it makes me to see me only grandson continuing in the family business.
Victor Krabs, a single successor carrying the entire family forward. With Redbeard, the illusion of expansion ends. The family tree doesn't branch, it funnels. Victor Krabs does not pass down courage, he passes down caution. He is not reckless or ambitious. He is defensive, protective, and grounded, focused on control rather than growth. Where earlier ancestors sought expansion, Victor prioritizes stability at all costs. When he becomes a father, that mindset becomes literal. He has only one child, Eugene H. Krabs. No siblings, no safety net, no redundancy built into the family's future. The entire bloodline is concentrated into a single individual. And that individual grows up carrying an invisible responsibility.
Oh, that, sir? Why, sir, that's a sea cucumber sandwich, sir, with the crust cut off, sir. A little...
Never let the line die, no matter the cost. This is where the joke version of Mr. Krabs collapses. Greed implies excess, but Mr. Krabs is not chasing luxury. He is guarding against annihilation. Every penny saved becomes a buffer against disappearance. Every expense feels like a threat. Every loss feels existential. People call him cheap, but cheap people still feel safe. Mr. Krabs does not. His behavior isn't about wanting more. It's about surviving what's left. Pearl complicates everything. She is his daughter, and he genuinely loves her and provides for her. But biologically, she does not extend the Krabs bloodline, which means emotionally, Pearl becomes everything, while genetically, she is nothing. That contradiction explains Mr. Krabs' behavior toward her perfectly. He is overprotective, indulgent, controlling, and afraid. Pearl is not the future of the family. She is the substitute for the future he no longer has. Mr. Krabs has a sister. She has children, triplets. On paper, this looks like recovery for the family line. But notice something critical. They remain peripheral.
Pearl, this is terrible! I paid $30 for that bed!
They do not live with him, and they do not operate within his world. Mr. Krabs actively keeps his distance. The reason is simple. Proximity increases the risk of loss. And loss is something the Krabs family can no longer absorb without breaking. By the present day, the pattern becomes undeniable. The Krabs family does not grow, heal, or recover. It survives barely by consolidating everything into one final individual, Mr. Krabs. He is not greedy because he loves money. He loves money because money is the only thing that has never left him. While people disappear and family lines collapse, wealth remains constant. In his world, money is the last reliable presence. The Krusty Krab is not just a business, it is a bunker. Money is not a joke or a gag. It is insulation against extinction. Mr. Krabs is not guarding wealth for pleasure. He is guarding history. That is why he acts like the end is always near, because for his family, it always has been. So, the next time you watch SpongeBob SquarePants, don't just laugh at Mr. Krabs, watch what he protects. Watch what he refuses to spend. Watch how alone he really is. Because when you trace his family tree to its end, one truth becomes unavoidable. Mr. Krabs may be the last one left. If this breakdown changed how you see Mr. Krabs, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more deep dives into animation and hidden storytelling, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Mr. Krabs is protecting money or protecting himself? I'll see you in the next one.